live yet. I think I am. I probably have to be. Well, if you can see me live, please say hi in the chat because I would. Oh, yeah, now I can see. I'm probably live. Anyway, say hi to me if you are here live because I really like to connect. Basically, that is what I want to talk about today. Let me first check whether I have the right camera and the right microphone because I am recording this with Ecamm Live and this is one of the first times that I'm actually using this. So let me see if I am actually using the microphone that I think I am using. Let me see. I can't see it. Preferences. Oh, here it is. Probably here. Video, camera. Well, that makes sense. Audio, speakers, external headphones. That doesn't make sense. What thing are we using? I don't know. Can you hear me? Please tell me if you can hear me because I don't really know what we're using right now. I don't know. What do you think? Do you think I'm using the correct microphone? Well, I don't know. Maybe nobody's live yet. Let me see what microphone we are using. This is a great test, right? Anyway, I just wanted to go live quickly and share about going live and about what has been stopping me. And basically, this has been one of the things that have been stopping me because can broadcast. Let me see, mic delay, input channels. Why can I not find what microphone we're using, guys? There has to be some way of checking that. Anyway, if you can't hear me, then you're probably not able to see this. Well, you'll be able to see it. You just won't be able to hear me. I'm just going to take my time, and if this takes too long, I will just use a whole different thing. Source, camera, video file. There is no source here. Why is it not saying that? Mic, yes! Okay, I'm using the correct mic. Hey, Mina, you can see me and you can hear me. So I'm very happy to see a comment. Mina, can you please type if you can actually hear me? Because I was just checking my microphone settings and I couldn't seem to find them. And I think I'm using my beautiful microphone here. But if you can't hear me, then that's probably not anything. Anyhow, I think I'm using the correct microphone. So I'm just going to talk as if I am. Hey guys, I am so happy to see all of you. Now there's been one roadblock that I've been having over the past 2 years, almost 2 years. March 13th of 2020. I can still remember. I was in a network meeting, my networking group that I gather together with every 14 days. And we said goodbye to each other because that was the first lockdown. So that was a Friday morning. We had a beautiful networking chat. And that was the first time where we stopped shaking hands. And everybody was like, you know what? We don't really know what's going to happen. So let's just go home, stay safe, and we'll see each other very soon again. Now that's been 2 years ago. And the world has completely changed. The big thing for me, however, has been that I had a live speaking business and I gave training seminars live in my own seminar room. So all of my customers came through live speaking. I hardly had a website. We were just starting to build a kind of a website. And I was just not online all that often. Sometimes when I felt like it, but that was not the way for me to connect with people. Now, the interesting thing is my business stopped basically overnight, right? And in the past 2 years, I think I had to close my business for 18 months due to lockdowns. And that's huge. And a while ago, I was looking back at what we did, and we did some beautiful things. We built an entire online academy. We set out master classes all online, and it's live online. But there was one thing that was really bothering me, and that was that somehow there was a part of me still in a kind of a waiting game. And I was it didn't feel smooth like the way it felt smooth before. And yeah, of course there were lockdowns. Of course there was a reason for it, and that's fine. But I was wondering what's going on here. I just don't understand it fully. And then I realized that I am very introverted, and I know most people don't think that of me, because when you meet me, I'm very sociable. I connect easily with people on a deep level. But I need a lot of time to restore. I don't restore in between people. I restore in nature. I restore in alone time. And I love people and I love connecting, but I don't love doing that all day. I really like to have a choice when I connect with people and when I am offline. So then my business was perfect for me because I was a speaker. I went to seminars. When I saw my students, I connected deeply with them. That was all live and beautiful for me, because then I could say, hey, here's breaks. In the breaks, I was never there in the room. I was always in my own private room, restoring my energy. And that really worked very well. And then the pandemic came, and out of the blue, that was taken away from me. Now, basically, that meant for me that I didn't know how to deal with any of that, because I didn't have an online presence. I didn't do any online marketing or stuff like that. Yeah, I sent out an occasional email, but I don't know how to connect with people if I'm not live talking to you. And one of the things that I realized most, and it was a very unconscious thing for me, is that my content and what I have to say and what I am about actually comes from me being live, interacting with other people. So then if I am not interacting, I don't know what to say. If I'm not interacting, I don't know what I should be talking about. So online is really difficult for me because I don't know who I'm talking to. Nobody's talking back, which is why I'm always asking for comments when I'm live, because if I don't feel the other person on the other side, I don't really know what anybody needs to hear from me. Part of me is still often thinking, why would you ever need to hear anything from me? Because part of me thinks what I know is something you already know as well. Now, I know this is something a lot of entrepreneurs struggle with. A lot of people have this idea of, what if I'm not good enough? Aren't there any other coaches? But there's so many people already doing what I do. There's so many things already that people can buy. So why would any of them need me, right? Now, all of these beliefs and all of these thoughts come from the idea of, I don't know why you would need me to talk about that. And for me, that's a huge struggle when I am online. It's not a struggle at all when we're connecting. Now, this has become a huge roadblock for me over the past 2 years, because every single time I had to come up with all of this content on my own, in my own way. And the first year, I found myself thinking, you know what? I'll just talk to my students every day. So I did. Every single day for the entire first year of the pandemic, I did a meditation every single morning, 7 days a week, 365 meditations with our group of students, because I thought, you know what, I'm going to help them. That's going to help me feel valuable, and it will trigger a lot of ideas, and it did. But then after a year, I realized this is very hard for me to do, because every day an hour meditation was a lot. So I decided to discontinue that. And I thought, you know what? I need to start doing things my way. But then I was also really looking at where can I speak again? How can I show up? How can I start to have interactions with people again? And it's just not the way it used to be. So then I realized we have an international business right now. We have customers in 25 different countries. I'm not going to be a speaker in those 25 countries anytime soon, even though I would love to fly over. It's just not the way the world is. And there's a war out there, if you didn't notice. So there is a lot of reasons for me not to want to fly. There's a lot of reasons for me to be very comfortable in my own home, in my private little secluded island that I've built here. But then how do I connect and how do I come up with the content that I need to do? And what I realized is that I really need that interaction, but if it's not there, I really don't know what I'm doing. Now, that has been a huge roadblock for me over the past 2 years. And I didn't let it stop me, and I didn't let it numb me down, but it did make me feel very uncomfortable at times because, of course, you can go live every day, but I don't like sitting behind my screen all day. I just don't like that. I like playing around in nature, coming up with things, talking to people, slow walks in nature, and doing all those kinds of things. And when there is an occasional live masterclass, that's fine, but without a masterclass, I don't know what I'm doing here in this live, basically, right? Now, I do know today because I came up with a way to solve this. And the way to solve this is that I actually gave my screen a name. Now, that sounds absolutely stupid, I know. Oh, thank you, Ingrid. Thank you, Reggie. And the thing is, that sounds absolutely stupid, but I literally put a note on my screen and a small image on my screen, and my screen is actually called Isabel. And now I'm actually talking to Isabel. So this is a kind of a trick, but it works. It really works for me. And I'm very happy with the comments as well, because that gives me an idea of, hey, you know what? I'm doing things for Isabel today. And if you're anything like Isabel, then what I'm saying right now is exactly what you want to hear. Because I'm just talking to her and I'm pretending that I have this one person audience. And I'm just having this really beautiful conversation with her. Although she's not talking back. And that's fine, because as a speaker, I can deal with the audience not talking back. So that is the thing I came up with, and it's probably not going to work forever, because at a certain point, I really do love the interaction and the vibe of people. But as long as we can't go and meet each other and speak in public and do these things, it works. And there is another thing, and that is that I don't really see the world coming back to the place where I'm going to get on planes and fly around all the time, because to a certain extent, I really don't think that is what we should be doing in this climate crisis and this climate change. So while airplanes are still flying on kerosene, I don't think I'm going to fly all that much. I might still do it once a year or something like that. But I actually really found that if I want to have a sustainable business, I should really not fly to the extent that we were over the past 5 years. So giving my screen a name, calling her Isabel, and talking is my trick for now to really start showing up and just writing to Isabel what I want and getting into that interaction. So if there's anything that you resonate with when it comes to Isabel or when it comes to what I'm saying, please let me know, because in that conversation and in anything that I'm saying right now that might resonate with you, I will create more and more and more and more content. Creating that interaction for me on a social media platform has been one of my biggest roadblocks, because I work with trauma, and I don't just work with normal trauma, I work with financial trauma. And that is something that most entrepreneurs do not want to talk about online. And I get that. I know that there's a lot of people following me, and they've been following me for 4 years, but they will not post their roadblocks online. And I don't see that is a problem, because of course you don't, as an entrepreneur, want to put all your traumas on a social media platform. That's pretty pretty logical to my mind. But then how do I get that conversation? So if there's anything you want me to talk about, let me know. Send me a note, send me a direct message, because that's beautiful. I will always do that anonymously. So if there's anything you want me to address, by all means, let me know. And I want you to know that in our live masterclass, I really talk in depth about all those things. That is the place where I feel the interaction and where we actually go really deep. So tomorrow is another online masterclass. So if you want to be there, let me know. I will send you the link. Just put a comment, yes, masterclass, please. Then I will make sure that you have the link to sign up. For now, I just wanted you to know that every single roadblock has a solution. And there's not just a solution by pushing yourself or doing things that you don't want to do. There's always a way of creating a means that really works for you. And until it really works for you, it won't really work. It really has to work for you. So putting an image of Isabel behind my camera right now and talking to her is really my way of actually feeling great about what I'm doing right now. And if I'm not feeling great about what I'm doing, then nobody's going to listen anyway. There's always a way of feeling great. If you don't like social media, then let's find a way that it can actually feel great for you. If you don't like certain things about your business, there is always a way that you can feel great about it. But if you're not 100% in love with your life, in love with your business, in love with the way that life is requiring you to do certain things at a certain time, then they will not work for you. Now, I work with people, of course, behind all of that, looking at what is actually causing you to not like it, or how can we fix that? So if there's any questions, let me know. I will go live about them. We can chat about it. Let me know. And for now, I hope you have an amazing day today, and I hope to see you tomorrow in our live masterclass. For now, that was it, and I will be live real soon again. Bye-bye.